the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Gonzalez.
Here.
Caldwell.
Here.
Meininger.
Here.
Shaver.
Here.
McCarthy.
Here.
Ask you to stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. For public information, a copy of the Nebraska Opens Meeting Act is available for your review on the back wall underneath the clock. Are there any changes in the agenda?
There are no changes?
Citizens with business not scheduled on the agenda as required by state law, no matter may be considered under this item unless council determines that the matter requires emergency action. Is there anybody in the audience tonight that may have something under emergency action? Okay. I'd like to welcome you to the Scottsbluff City Council meeting tonight. If you have anything to address the council tonight, we ask that you come forward. We'll give you some time to sign your name on the register so we can stay in contact with you. We ask you that you speak into the microphone. State your name and who you are representing. This is recorded and played back on Allo Communications. In case of an emergency night, you have the exit door in which you came through, or if you go down the hallway to the left or the right, we'll get you out of the building. In case of a tornado, the fallout shelters would be down the hallway here towards the bathroom area. Number 6, closed session. The council reserves the right to enter into closed session if deemed necessary for any item on the agenda as per section 84-1410 of the Nebraska Revised Statutes. Consent calendar, number 7. Looking for a motion.
Move that we approve. Second.
Call the roll.
Caldwell.
Yes.
Meininger.
Yes.
Shaver.
No.
McCarthy.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
8, regular claims.
Move approval.
Second, call the roll.
Meininger.
Yes.
Shaver.
Yes.
McCarthy.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Caldwell.
Yes.
Number 9, council review the February 2018 financial report. Nathan.
Yes, Your Honor. We are 5 months through the current fiscal year. You're looking at about 42% of the budget being expended year-to-date. Nothing further to add at this time. I will say that our March sales tax numbers have come in. The reporting month of March, we are 7.11% higher than last year's reporting month of March. So overall, year-to-date, we're about 1.46% below. Our budgeted numbers are $44,341. Overall, total budget for fiscal year 2018, we budgeted $5,683,187. So far, we're at 52.83%. So we are 2.83% above what we budgeted for the year, so that's good. We're seeing an uphill trend here.
We made a bond payment on the chip seal. Mark, we were going to look at chip sealing every how many years? 5. Every 5 years, okay. Other questions from council? All right, we'll move on to 10A. Council to consider making a recommendation to the Nebraska Liquor Control Commission regarding the outdoor area addition to Baccarat's Bar and Grill liquor license, 1402 East 20th Street. Nathan.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll turn this over to Mr. Bob Scripter, who's going to explain his project.
We'll give you some time here. Sign in on the register there.
Might need a new pen up here. Anyway, I'm Bob Scripter with Bacharachs, and basically what we're doing is Rax Wine and Spirits, I'm going to be terminating that liquor license, and we're going to be expanding Bacharach's liquor license to encompass the retail store that I've closed. And then the outdoor area is going to be, well, from where Rax Wine and Spirits, there's probably a map there. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but On the east side of the double doors going into what was Rax Wine and Spirits, there will be a 6-foot tall, 36-foot run on the north and south of Trex fence, so it's going to be a solid fence. And then on the north-facing street front part, there will be a 36 run, 6-foot high rubber-coated chain link fence. Not quite sure what they call that. But, so I'm going to be the second to furthest east window that is on what used to be the liquor store will be coming out, and I'll be putting a single door into that, which will be the access into the beer garden, basically, or outdoor area. And there will be panic hardware, alarmed, everything, so it can be used as an egress too, you know, in case we need to use that. But that'll probably be coming in the next month, I would say. Van Pelt's got all the material ordered, and Brad will start putting that up as soon as the material's in. But it's pretty clear cut as far as what's going on there, I think.
Questions from council? Chief, any issues?
There's not gonna be any noise differences by doing this, right? I mean, that's not something we're looking at with this.
No, there shouldn't be.
Adding the actual area.
You know, if anything, we will have a outdoor speaker, you know, that will be very similar to what it'll be exactly the same essentially as to what our outdoor area for back racks is now, you know, just have some background music going there. And Husker football game or something, they'll probably have an outdoor TV, you know, for football time. But as far as noise issues, I don't think we'd ever encounter any of those.
You're not right next to residential, but I figured if it's something really loud, you might.
Yeah, if we were to have a band or something, obviously I'd come get a permit from you guys before we would do that, but I really don't foresee us, that's not the venue that I'm looking for.
I'd make a motion to send positive recommendation to the Nebraska Liquor Control Commission. Call the roll.
Shaver.
Yes.
McCarthy.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Caldwell.
Yes.
Meininger.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
11C, council to consider awarding the bid for the 42nd Street construction. Nathan?
Yes, Your Honor, in front of you tonight is a memo from Don Dye with MC Schaff and Associates outlining the bids received for the 42nd Street construction. In an effort to be transparent, we had Don review the bids that came in due to the perceived conflict, or potential conflict, I should say, that Mr. Dave Schaff might have with other business interests. So at this time, I'll have Don explain his memo. And I will say the engineer's estimate was $4,142,840, and all the bids that we received were under that estimate, so that's good.
Good evening, Don Dye with MC Schaff and Associates. Like Nathan said, the bids came in. We got 4 bids. They range from $3,125,988.70 to $3,940,689.34. Because of the concerns we had on the general contractor, we asked for additional information. We received that information, and we had concerns about the General Anderson Shaw completing 50% of the work, and also one of the subcontractors, Sunshine Holdings, that the city's had issues with in the past. With that, I guess I'd open up to any questions you might have.
Is there anything that we have to be able to limit who the subs are in this?
We do ask for the subs, and we do ask for references for that sub, so we ask for reference projects. And they did submit approximately 45 projects. Of those 45, 11 of them were mainline paving projects. All 11 of them were completed by Sunshine Holdings, or Sunshine Holdings as Hagem, or Sunshine doing work underneath Anderson Shaw.
But none of the others use Sunshine as their subs?
No.
Okay.
Have we had any issues with any of the Infinity subs that we're looking at?
They're planning on doing all the work themselves.
Good deal.
Any other questions?
One of the things that I'd like to point out in the memo is we asked for a breakdown of how much work is gonna be conducted by the prime contractor and also by the subcontractors. And one of the pieces here, it was determined by the information we received from the lowest bidder that they were gonna complete the mainline paving and pavement markings for the project. However, they didn't have any experience or the equipment to complete the mainline paving. So that was a big concern if you look at approximately 1 mile of paving that we're gonna complete from Fifth Avenue on 42nd Street.
Yeah, and we did have a requirement in there that the general perform 50% of the work on the project, so we didn't want somebody just getting a bunch of subs and going out there and having the subs build the project. So, like Nathan said, based upon the information they submitted, the only thing that we could gather from that was that they were gonna do the mainline paving and the pavement markings.
Other questions from council?
What was the start date on this project?
It's, we had in the contract that the contract would start April 15th. As part of this review of the bids, I did ask them to confirm that that date was acceptable with them and that they could meet the schedule that was outlined in the plans. They both said that they could. I requested information from both the bottom bidders, so the two bottom bidders.
It's a pretty lengthy project, Don. Wouldn't you say you're gonna block
Yeah.
off the road completely, like in 7 or 6 different sections?
Yeah, we'll be doing it in 7 phases, just in order to maintain access to this. You know, there's several businesses and residences along there that's their only access. So our plan is to start April 15th and to give them 240 calendar days to complete the project. So it'll be pushing into December before they're done, in order to meet that schedule. So hopefully a lot of the paving's done by the first part of November, and then we're just doing final utility work and cleanup work and stuff like that. So if anything would go over till the spring, I would say it'd probably be like the seeding and stuff like that, depending on when we get it done in the fall.
Nathan, what's staff's recommendation?
Staff's recommendation is to award the contract to Infinity Construction in the amount of $3,278,850 as the lowest and most responsible bidder, based on the information given in the memo and Don's report.
Any other questions, comment from council? I'd make a motion to award the contract to Infinity Construction Incorporated, $3,278,850 as best and lowest bid, based on the documents submitted.
Second.
Call the roll.
McCarthy?
Yes.
Gonzalez?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Meininger?
Yes.
Shaver?
Yes.
11B, council to approve the contract with PepsiCo to provide products for the Lacey Park and Westmore Pool concession, and authorize mayor to execute the contract. Nathan?
Yes, Your Honor. In front of you tonight is a 3-year agreement with Pepsi-Cola of Western Nebraska. We reached out to both Pepsi and Coca-Cola to see if they would be interested in an exclusive license agreement in the amount of 3 years. However, we only received 1 bid back from Pepsi-Cola. If you go through the license agreement, there is a couple things I'd like to point out, is that they are going to provide us on or before May 1st of 2018, the sum of $1,500, and each year for all 3 years, funds in the amount of $500 for marketing support. This allows us to use some of these funds to market some of our extracurricular activities there, and we also, as a token of gratuity to them or Pepsi-Cola, we also put up some signs and some of the shade structures that they also give to us for free. Staff is recommending approval of the 3-year agreement. The pricing is included, however, that can change. And I do want to mention that there is a 30-day out clause if either party determines to terminate the contract prior to the 3 years.
How much are they giving us a year?
$1,500 this year, and then $500. So actually, $2,000 this year, and then $500 for the following 2.
For advertising for them, basically, for us to put their stuff up.
Correct. However, we do get a better pricing.
So they can increase price after a year
No.
at any time, basically?
We're locked into this addendum.
Okay.
However, it could change in our favor.
So if it goes down, we get the benefits?
If we bring it to their attention,
Okay.
just like other contracts.
Okay.
But then what is the $2.25 per case rebate each of the 3 years? And then also the $250 of free product? Is that an addition to the 1,500?
Yeah, that's in addition to that. That 225 is just some incentives for us to buy more. The 250, we typically use that for different special events. I believe last year, the $250 of free product we used for a marketing campaign for a movie in the park. So we try to spread that around to try to drum up some interest depending on what it is.
Can be used at our discretion, though.
And we have worked with Pepsi previously, and they have been very easy to work with.
Other questions from council? Looking for a motion to approve or deny?
Move approval.
Looking for a second?
Second.
Call the roll?
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Meininger,
Yes.
Shaver,
No.
McCarthy,
Yes.
12A, council to consider ordinance amending the Scottsbluff Economic Development Plan to provide an additional qualifying business. Third reading. Cindy?
an ordinance amending the Scottsbluff Economic Development Plan to provide for an additional qualifying business.
Any discussion from the audience? Make a motion to approve the ordinance.
Second.
Call the roll?
Caldwell,
Yes.
Meininger,
Yes.
Shaver,
No.
McCarthy,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
12B, council to consider an ordinance amending the fee schedule for personnel and equipment. Second reading.
an ordinance of the City of Scottsbluff, Nebraska, amending Chapter 6, Article 6, Section 34, setting forth the charge for the labor of City of Scottsbluff employees and use of City of Scottsbluff equipment, eliminating the references to the use of fire department personnel and equipment, adding new fees for additional items, repealing prior provisions of the municipal code, providing for an effective date, and providing for publication in pamphlet form.
13A, council to review and update a draft interlocal solid waste management operating agreement. Nathan?
Yes, Your Honor, as we've discussed at previous city council meetings, in front of you tonight is a draft agreement for a cooperative for siting a new landfill and operating a new landfill. We did put the date as March 19th to bring an agreement back to you. However, this is still a working draft. I just wanted to bring it back so you all are aware of what we are working on behind the scenes as we try to move forward with the city of Gearing and creating a cooperative to move forward with a potential landfill. Are there any questions pertaining to the agreement?
I notice in the agreement, we have it as a regional solid waste landfill, so.
That's correct.
This agreement doesn't nail us down to any kind of site yet. That's still to be determined, correct?
That's correct. The site is to be determined. If you look through the agreement in front of you, this is essentially the foundation prior to moving forward with selecting an engineer or land or anything of that nature. What we would intend to do, if it's the desire of city council, is to move forward with this agreement. I know there are a couple changes that we need to fix. But this would be the foundation as we move forward with a joint landfill.
And last week, you received some other information after we were down at the league meeting from some different participants down there.
Correct. We did receive the information from Loop City, and actually I passed that on to Kent, and as a result, a lot of that information has been transcribed into our terminology and put into this agreement.
And I did correct Mark's suggestion. I superimposed those two paragraphs.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
there is a section 5.04, Board of Officers. Yeah, we missed a couple sentences. Not not a big deal, and that's why it's a draft.
Thank God for microphone.
Thank God it's a draft. Thanks for reading it.
Well, now you know that council reads the
Yeah.
packet, so, you know, it's a good thing.
Pleasant surprise.
All right. All right, we'll keep moving forward on that one. It's still a draft. Anybody from the audience want to comment? All right. 13C, council will receive an update on the East Overland Facade Grant Program. Star.
Good evening, everyone. Just have a quick update on the East Overland project. As you know, the budget was $153,500. We received a total of 16 applicants, 15 businesses and 1 residential. So the total amount requested is $153,500. You do have in the claims this evening a claim for $9,678.30, which is a reimbursement to WinHo for the Eastwood Apartments. If you've been by there, you've seen the new windows. That project alone, that just the materials was $27,549.29. So they've spent above and beyond what they said they were going to, as well as paid 4 employees for 2 months of labor. So that was a great project. The other one I just got today, so it'll be in the next claims packet. Twin City Auto has completed their renovations totaling $29,517.25, and they've got additional plans this summer to beautify that area, which already looks a lot better, looks pretty nice. So to date, private investment of $57,066.54. The grant amount, $19,678.30. So the difference of $37,388.24. I've had several applicants call and say that their projects have been delayed because of the weather. It's not the wind, it's the snow and cold. And so they also, there's a few of them that have had a hard time getting contractors lined up to do the work. I've also received 8 additional requests for funds in case we are able to come up with additional funds for that area. I've talked to people with Peter Kiewit and a couple of other foundations that may be interested in matching any funds that we may have in the future. And that's about it. I'd be glad to answer any questions that you might have.
Are we expanding anything like for vegetation, like for trees, at some sort of a canopy at some point? Maybe different landowners would give up an 8x8 area or 10x10, whatever. I know that was kind of, part of that was in the master plan.
Yeah, I think the steering committee, like Raymond had recommended, we're going to get the steering committee back together and look at some of that beautification and see if we can't get some vegetation, trees and shrubbery along that area.
And as Star mentioned, what we're trying to do is leverage some of the funds that have already been implemented or what we've allocated to try to leverage that for other funds with Kiewit and some of these other statewide agencies to try to get more action, more momentum going on down there, especially when we have 8 in our back pocket in
Yeah.
case we have some funds that free up.
I just stopped for ice cream and the guy asked me, are you going to have any more money? Stopped on Saturday, so.
So there's a lot of excitement down there. We want to keep that momentum.
Star, remind us what the time frame is for the business.
Well, they had 6 months from the time their applications were approved. So none of them are at the 6 months. It would be May, where their deadline would be, and then they have the opportunity for a 3-month extension. So the CRA has done a great job of going through the applications, and I appreciate their work on this as well.
Thanks, sir. 16, public comment. The purpose of this agenda item is to allow for public comment of items of potential discussion at a future council meeting. Comments brought to the council for information only. Council will not take any action on the item except to refer it to staff to address or place on a future council agenda. The comment period is limited to 3 minutes per person. Is anybody in the audience under public comment? 17, council reports. Tomorrow is the 911 task force. A couple of things over the past been working and approved the upgrade in the paging system throughout the region. And we approved a microwave link between the comm center and the main tower south of Mitchell. Both in the future it'll be for security and redundancy, so that's been approved. And then the link between the 911 center and the Minutair Tower, that's finalizing there, so.
I saw after the last meeting, we had a couple firefighters that actually ended up finishing up their 12-month probation and got signed on. Wish we had known about that, so I could have been there, but I didn't find out until after I saw it. Congratulations to them. That sounds like quite an accomplishment.
And just so you all are aware, the fire chief application process ended on Friday. We had 10 applicants. Civil Service Commission meets tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock to review those applications.
We have internal and external.
Yes, we do. And national applicants as well.
Okay, Youth Council, anything?
End of the quarter, they're starting their last quarter of the year today. They had DECA last week down in the state. A couple of teams did really well, but I don't know the exact standings on them, so.
All right, seeing no other items come before the council, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Call the roll.
Caldwell.
Yes.
Meininger.
Yes.
Shaver.
Yes.
McCarthy.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.